Hello and welcome to another video. So today we are checking out a Amulet Haven deck for Unlimited. This one in particular is based around Seraph Haven as a priority, although that's not the be all and end all for the deck. You definitely can overpower your opponent and that can be pretty awesome, but overall I wanted to try out a Seraph Haven since I haven't done one for quite a while that I actually enjoyed playing, so I thought I'd get that in and enjoy the video. So we're going to get right into it and check it out. So first up, we're playing against a Rune.
My barrier is impenetrable. I guess you're looking for a fight.
And starting off against a Rune isn't actually the worst outcome for us. City of Gold, of course, is a very crucial card. You want to get that out every time on turn 2. We do actually have a couple of them, although you really only need one on the board. 2 is kind of unnecessary, as it doesn't really help you at all. So we can play the City of Gold from our hand, mainly just because I can. I probably should have got the one out of the deck, to be honest, since it would have thinned out our deck slightly, but that's okay. We can easily deal with this using Forbidden Ritual next turn, and that will actually remove the Tsukuyomi completely, shutting down any potential our opponent had to recovering that card. I actually haven't seen a Tsukuyomi for quite a while. It's quite a good card. And I haven't actually seen a neutral Rune deck in a long time, so this actually piques my interest a little bit, although we're pretty much going to overrun this without any issue, so we don't need to worry too much about what they're playing, since we've got plenty of good removal cards. Again, another card that's very easy to remove for us. Another Inquiry will do the job. So Inquiry, sorry. Plus I decided to throw down the Holy Sentinel, even though we're not really going to get anything off it other than the one from the Gold City. Considering our current setup, I thought it was definitely going to be beneficial. Now I take the chance here for the extra draw. Glad I did, because we did get the Seraph, so we're only one turn off using that, and we've already got all we'll ever need to rob its cost. Plus, we're already set up with the Mori for next turn, destroying any follower they play, so as long as they don't swarm the board too hard, we should be fine. Really, it's just going to be a matter of dealing with turn 7. Which, Forbidden Teachings is actually pretty good. I'll take that. I could have also went for the Healing Prayer, and I could have then played Seraph, but it's not a big deal. It's only a little bit of risk here. If I had played Healing Prayer last turn, I would have at least had the ward up. But if they end this turn at any situation here, we can win straight away, since we only need, of course, 2 decreases on that to win the game. And we got well and truly more than enough to win this now. By glory, Seraph. We just win with that. For the next game, we are playing against Portalcraft. This deck can be a little finicky, as of course, potentially either losing by bricking or not being able to win just because you get overrun is always a chance, and that can be bad, especially coming up against something like Blood. Typically that's the worst matchup I come up against with this deck. But the idea of this deck was just to try something I haven't done for a while and try to enjoy it. That was really what I was aiming for. So Globe of the Stairways is my first card played, mainly because it doesn't make a difference if I play it on turn 1 or turn 3. Actually, it's just more of an advantage playing it on turn 1. Of course, we want to pass so we get the City of Gold out of our deck. Even if it meant leaving up a 2-1, which honestly, with our current hand, isn't that bad. We've got Star Torrent, which actually could deal with both of these without any issue. We have got 2 Seraphs in our hand already though, which is awkward. I would much rather have just had one and another card instead, but we can't always get to choose what we want after all. So a little Forbidden Teachings. We are now stacking our hand up a little too much. Although it's not always a bad thing with this deck, and we have got a 3 lot of Seraphs, so Don't know what we're going to do with all these Seraphs, but we're definitely going to be throwing them to the board at some point. Our opponent throwing out a bunch of cards.
The gears of fate still turn.
We're pretty much just going to throw this globe of stairways to the board. We are now overdrawing, but since we already have 3 Seraphs in our deck and we've already got 1 card to decrease them, we're only really short 1 more card to decrease before we're actually set up already, so. This is a lot of cards from our opponent as well. Like, this is actually not looking great for us so far. Ooh, and a path to purgatory. So it looks like they're just willing to sacrifice whatever they can here. Lucky for us, not an issue. Bin Ritual will just remove all this. Although I could have went for the Holy Sentinel as well. I decided to try and set it up so it would go off with the Seraph play. Which is why I actually wanted it decreased by 2, potentially 3 with the City of Gold. That way it will go off pretty nicely. Plus we can even set up Godsworn, which will protect us from path to some degree. So Godsworn should be a pretty perfect play here. That'll help protect us over the next turn, along with giving us pretty much a setup for turn 8. So as long as I don't have a way to get rid of my Seraph that costs them little to nothing, we should be fine. We can easily deal with that 4-5 with an Evo and get Seraph on the board. So all we need to do is make it through next turn and hopefully be able to get another card to decrease its cost. It's not unrealistic to think that we could do that, it's just a matter of getting it in our hand. Since we do have at least a couple of chances here to get a card, since we can use Heal, we can use Sealed, and that'll give us some decent chances. Although we did just top deck it anyway, Omen of Repose into Healing Prayer will win us the game. Not that our opponent will probably let it get that far, because, of course, they probably suspect that I have lethal anyway, as they do. And that gives us the win. So this video was pretty fun to play. Honestly, I like playing this deck, so that was quite good. I really just wanted to show something else off that I haven't done for quite a while, and this is very minimalistic as far as followers go, and definitely is purely amulet based for the most part, and running of course a few spells to support those amulets with countdown. So really a nice deck overall. Hope you guys can enjoy it and give it a go. If you do enjoy it, check out the deck list in the description below. Be sure to hit the like button and subscribe for more content. Until next time guys, see ya.